Here is our finished color. The Root Retouch and the Color Refresh. Now we're going to put some dimension in Lisa's hair with some highs and red. I don't want to say low lights, but red lights. We're going to do a pinwheel formation. So I'll go ahead and part this off in a semicircle around the head. Lisa likes her red lights, so I mixed a very red formula of 5RR and R Mix. And here we have some decolorizer with 20 volume. The low light formula is mixed with a 10 volume. Now we have our circle section. I'm going to go ahead and clip it out of the way. And we'll start with some weave pieces in the front. Clip this. For the front woven portion, I'm going to do a couple of horizontal foils straight down, woven back to back. I'm going to do a chunky weave so that we can see these lights. We want them blended but visible, if that makes any sense at all. Use the decolorizer first. Start from the bottom and then diffuse it right into. Got a little guy that's snuck in there. Use a mini. Diffuse it right into the roots. This makes for a nice color blend out to the ends. Notice how I didn't get every single hair at the roots? That gives it a nice blend. Flip up. And the next section down here is going to be a nice bright red piece. Slice that. We're going to do the same application, starting from midway down, saturate, and then turn your brush. And we do like peaks and valleys, W's and B's. Like Bob Ross, Little Happy Trees. Seal that foil into place. And I think dropped my comb, but I've got another one where that came from. Moving right along. I think I want to do one more lightener foil right here. Right in front. And again, chunky weave. And your subsections shouldn't be too big either. They say if you can read a newspaper through it, you're doing good. So I'm pretty sure we can read newspaper through that section there. Combine. Peaks and valleys. And now for the pinwheel. So when we do a pinwheel, you need to determine where your center is going to be. I want my center of the pinwheel to sit right here on top of her head, if you can visualize my circle and center of her pinwheel. So what I'm going to do is cut my circle in half. Clip this to the side. Take my other half, and we're going to start right here. This foil is one diagonal back, and we're going to move around in pie-shaped pieces until we get to the end of this piece. Then we'll go to the front piece and move around in pie-shaped pieces. What you'll be doing is diagonal backs, diagonal forwards, and vertical foil placement. So I'm going to actually separate the bottom hair from this with a series of clips. So that I don't get this hair mixed up in my section. And we begin. This piece diagonal back, I want it to be a lightener section. So I take my section, skinny enough to read a newspaper through. And then, actually let's go from the other side. That's the way that we're going to put these foils down. I'm going to have you tilt your head, thank you. As you can see there where I've separated my pieces. This way. Little prep work. Get it all together. Okay. Back in action. So, this is my middle point of the pinwheel. I'm going to come right across diagonally. And we're going to take a chunky weave on this for the lightener. So if you noticed a pattern here, I take a chunky weave for the lightener, and I'm going to take a slice for the red bits. Pull that tight. Saturate all of the hair down at the bottom. Nice saturation there. And then diffuse it to the root. Almost forgot. We're going to lay our second foil on top, and right above this, dip down, thanks you. Do a nice bright red. Fire engine red. Nice packet right there, and moving right along. Lean forward, and you tip down for me, thank you. And now I'm going to take a pie-shaped piece from my center, right there. Another chunky weave for the lightener. Decolorizer. Lay my foil on top. And bring the next one down. I love this back-to-back foil technique. This is actually a Lonza technique from a few years ago called Concrete Rose. My placement varies a little bit from the original technique, but the concept is still the same of the back-to-back foils. And what we'll get is packets of color, just color saturation. It's going to be beautiful. Okay. Continue to move around the head. So now this pie-shaped piece, grab this towel here. Now this is our diagonal back, or diagonal forward. Chunky weave. Once I get to the top, a little bit of diffusion there. Foil over. Get that nice and stuck there. And then mix it down. A little escapey. Will be a red. Hold and hold. All the way down. So now we've got our vertical foil here. Straight up and down on the crown of the head. Whoops. Pull that nice and good so it doesn't pop up. Actually, the whirl is a funny place. You want to make sure that you get enough hair in there. The whirl, the cowlick. Everyone's got at least one. And then again, right down the center. Saturate that. And diffuse into the root. Take our second color. Slice. Do the same thing. Now we've almost come to the end of our pie piece. We've got this section. And then we'll head on to the second half. It's a great technique, a way to get 2 colors into the hair in a relatively short amount of time. Chunky weaves. Pull that nice and tight. Spin that hair. Get all worked in there. And diffuse at the root. And we'll get the second one on. Piece belongs up there. Kind of a large chunk, so let's cut that. I like to tri-fold my foil packets. I feel like it makes them stay better. Keeps them in nice packets and out of your way. They're not flopping around. But I think it's a personal preference thing, however you like to do it. So here's our next section. Nice chunky weave. That one's a small piece, so just a double. Flatten the foil out. And if you notice, I've got folded foils. I like the folded foil technique because if you get too close to the edge, you still have a little bit of leeway. You can fold up that foil and prevent any kind of bleed from happening to your client. Now that's only if and it is the way I've been doing this for years. Next piece. Section right here. The diffusion up on the sides. Until my client Lisa's nodding off a little bit. Happens, I love getting my hair played with, so I know the feeling. We'll work around the head in exactly the same manner as we did the other side. It's a pie-shaped section. I'm going to grab one of the clips from back here since we've already finished that side and make sure that I separate this section out. Nice vertical foil here, right down the side. Chunky weave on that. And then decolorize it. Now when I shampooed Lisa, I used our color formula, the healing color, even though I knew that we were going to apply another color. I did not condition it, however, so that we would be able to get good saturation. And then we blew her hair dry. Not completely, but about 90%. Another packet right here. Here's the finished application of the pinwheel. Now we're going to move to the side and do some diagonal backs on each side so that when she puts her hair up, she'll have some lights and reds and all that goodness too. So come with me. You can see the circular motion of the placement pattern. I'm going to take some of these pieces out of the way. Part off the hair that was part of that circle. I already took the clips out that was separating, or that were separating. Let's get this hair out of the way. Whoops. Now, take a section. I'm going to have you tip just a little bit. We're going to go with the pattern of the growth of the hair. All of these little hairs here. Now down here, I'm actually going to take a slice section since we're a good ½ an inch away from her hairline. When she puts that up, we'll be able to see a nice splash of lightness. Colorizer in there. A nice V shape. Along with that big colorizer. Our second piece is going to be a nice bright red slice. Now of course with the law of color it's not going to be actually fire engine red, but these pieces are going to be a lot more red than the rest of the hair. The reason this won't be fire engine red is because we're still sitting at a level 5. So they will be the same level as the rest of the hair that we've got. I'll do one more section of the ear. Slicer. right up in there. So we can have access to our section. And we will do the same application on the other side. Now we have Lisa's finished product. This is a beautiful blend of some blondes and reds in a pinwheel foil and a fully refreshed, nice, warm brown for her base. When I shampooed her hair, I used Lanza's Healing Moisture Tamanu Cream Shampoo and the Cocoonut Conditioner to give her some moisture back into her hair. The wonderful thing about the Lanza product line is that the nanotechnology helps it to really penetrate the hair where other products will sit on top of it and not really give you the benefits or the nutrients that it needs. So to style Lisa's hair today, I used the Healing Oil combing cream. And the combing cream is wonderful because it gives a little bit of weight to the hair and it helps to smooth everything down, and it contains the keratin healing oil, which we know is the perfect blend of the 19 amino acids that make up hair. So not only is the color making it healthier, the shampoo making it healthier, now our styling products are making the hair healthier as well. Secondly, I used the Smoother Straightening Balm. Lisa is going to Hawaii tomorrow, so I wanted to give her the most humidity protection as possible. So the Smoother Straightening Balm, and then we flat ironed with the Thermal Defense Spray. Our line of styling products is heat resistant up to 500 degrees so that Lisa can go and flat iron and blow dry and not worry that her hair is going to get crazy and unhealthy. So thanks very much for visiting your local Lanza salon, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Now that we finished with the color application and the color technique, I will be sending Lisa home with the Healing Moisture line, as well as the Smoothing Balm and the Combing Cream and the Thermal Defense. She does not flat iron her hair every day, so she does not have to use the Thermal Defense every day, but I did recommend that she use the Combing Cream and the Smoothing Balm every day to help keep her hair smooth and silky.